Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a document that laid the foundation for many of the freedoms and rights we take for granted. The Magna Carta. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that just an old piece of parchment? Yes, it is old. It dates back to 1215, but its impact is anything but dusty. The Magna Carta represents one of the first steps toward limiting the power of absolute rulers and ensuring the rights of individuals. Let's explore what it is, why it was created, and how its legacy still echoes in our modern world. The Magna Carta, Latin for Great Charter, was a document agreed upon by King John of England and a group of rebellious barons. To set the stage, King John was not a popular monarch. His reign was marked by heavy taxation, military failures, and a tendency to rule with an iron fist. In 1215, tensions boiled over. The barons, who controlled vast lands and wealth, were fed up with John's arbitrary rule and excessive demands. They cornered the king at a place called Runnymede, forcing him to agree to their terms. The Magna Carta was essentially a peace treaty between the king and his barons. It laid out a series of promises aimed at protecting their rights and limiting the king's power. While it was originally written to address the specific grievances of the barons, its principles would grow to have a much wider influence. At the heart of the Magna Carta were groundbreaking ideas, concepts that were revolutionary in the 13th century. For instance, the rule of law. The Magna Carta established that no one, not even the king, is above the law. Taxation by consent. It stated that taxes couldn't be imposed without the approval of the kingdom's representatives. Right to fair trial. It introduced the idea that free men had the right to a fair trial by their peers. Although these might seem basic today, they were extraordinary for their time, challenging the notion of a king with unchecked power. Here's the twist. The Magna Carta wasn't exactly a roaring success at first. King John had no intention of keeping his promises. Within months, the charter was annulled by the Pope, and civil war broke out in England. King John's death in 1216 brought a fragile peace, and over the next few decades, parts of the Magna Carta were reissued and adapted. While the original document didn't instantly transform society, its ideas began to take root. Fast forward through centuries of history, and we see the Magna Carta influencing some of the most important legal and political documents in the world. It inspired the English Bill of Rights in 1689, which further limited royal authority and expanded individual freedoms. Across the Atlantic, the American Declaration of Independence drew on its principles of liberty and justice. Even today, the Magna Carta remains a symbol of the fight for fairness and accountability. In fact, only 4 original copies of the Magna Carta survive, and they are treated as treasured artifacts. But its true legacy isn't just in museums, it's in the principles of governance and law that shape our societies. So, why does the Magna Carta matter? It matters because it represents the idea that power must have limits and that everyone deserves justice. It's a reminder that the rights we enjoy today were hard-won over centuries of struggle. The Magna Carta may have been born in a medieval meadow called Runnymede, but its principles have transcended time, inspiring movements for liberty and democracy around the globe. Thank you for taking this journey through history with me. I hope the story of the Magna Carta leaves you with a sense of just how powerful the written word can be in shaping the course of humanity.